It is Friday, March 12th, 2021, and you are tuned into DIRTRACKR Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. Today on the show, we've got sponsorship news from the All-Stars and FloRacing. We get you ready for this weekend's World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series events. We take a look at other racing happening around the country. There's some new analytics on the site and more, so let's jump in. We have big sponsorship news that just dropped this morning. The All-Star Circuit of Champions announced they have signed FloRacing to a deal that will see the streaming provider become the series' title sponsor for the 2021 season. Along with the new sponsorship agreement, the two sides have also agreed to a deal that will see Flo continue as the series' streaming provider through the 2028 season. There were questions through the opening stretch of Georgia and Florida races for the All-Stars, with the series' previous sponsor still appearing on logos, but not being mentioned officially in releases and at the track. We now know that the Ollie's Bargain Outlets had decided to not renew their sponsorship deal with the All-Stars and that the series needed just a little more time to put a deal together. Jared Frood, who manages the series for Tony Stewart, told Jeremy Elliott that it's been difficult trying to put deals together, but that with this deal now done, they can focus on 2022 and beyond. It's definitely an interesting deal for both parties, as I'm not sure we've seen a streaming provider do a sponsorship agreement like this in the past. Tony Stewart's dirt racing entities, including the All-Stars and Eldora Speedway, are a cornerstone of Flo's streaming options. So the added support for the All-Stars is a good thing for both parties and will give Flo more opportunities to market and grow their subscriber base. If you notice too, some of these recent streaming deal announcements are now suddenly much longer term contracts than we've seen in the past. The Port Royal deal we talked about yesterday is through 2025, and this one is through 2028. Rigsby and the Flo Brass are locking down their content for years to come. To see more details on the announcement, visit allstarsprint.com or check out Jeremy Elliott's story at sprintcarunlimited.com. The World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series is back this weekend for rounds 5 and 6 of the 2021 season. Two new tracks are on the slate for the Outlaws, with Magnolia Motor Speedway in Mississippi and the Rev in Louisiana coming up tonight and tomorrow. Magnolia has been a staple of the late model world in recent years, while the Rev is a former paved track that's been converted to dirt. After a win at Volusia and a third at East Bay last weekend, Carson Macedo has taken over the series' points lead. Logan Schuchart trails him by 4 points, while Brad Sweet is 8 points back in third. David Gravel, Donnie Schatz, and Aaron Reitzel are all tied for fourth, 24 points behind Macedo. Even with Macedo's recent success, Schuchart is the hottest driver with the series, with an average finish of 3.6 over the previous 5 races, and he has the longest top 10 streak going currently at 7 races. Parity seems to be one of the main storylines so far, with 4 different winners in 4 races and no drivers finishing top 5 all 4 nights. We only have 3 drivers that have finished top 10 all 4 nights. The other thing we're waiting on right now is Donnie Schatz's 300th career win. Volusia and East Bay were strong candidates for Schatz to get that win last week, and while he did leave with 2 top 5s, he didn't lead laps either night. His winless streak currently sits at 11 races, but he's still been very good over that span, with 9 top 10 runs and an average finish of 6th. The 2 tracks this weekend could be opportunities for Schatz to strike, as his 3/8 mile average finish over the last 3 seasons is a tick under 5th, and he has 5 3/8 mile wins. His vast experience will be a key advantage, I think, coming into 2 completely new racetracks this weekend. Looking at the DIRTRACKR.com analytics prediction formula for the weekend, Brad Sweet is favored both nights. In recent seasons, he has 9 3/8 mile wins, which is the most by any driver on that track size, and he finished second last Saturday night at East Bay. David Gravel is right behind Sweet in the output from the formula as well, and he actually leads all drivers in 3/8 average finish at 4.7 to go along with 6 wins. Besides looking out for those drivers for wins, I also think this could be a key weekend for Sheldon Haudenschild. He has just 1 top 10 finish so far through 4 nights and is already 60 points back in the standings, currently sitting in 8th. As wild as I think the racing is probably going to be this season, he probably needs to start trending in the right direction now, or those top 5 or 6 guys out front are going to start stretching away from him pretty quickly. He did start slower in 2020 as well, not really seeming to get going until the season was 7 or 8 races deep, but he did already have a top 5 and 2 top 10s in his first 4 starts. If you can't be at Magnolia tonight or the Rev tomorrow, catch all of the racing live on Dirt Vision with your Fast Pass. If you're looking for other racing to check out this weekend, there are plenty of tracks and events happening across the country and even down under. Excuse me. More tracks in California continue to open up, and places like Marysville, Kern County, and Hanford are all in action this weekend with winged and non-winged sprint cars. Devil's Bowl in Texas has the Texas Race Saver Nationals. The USCS Sprint Cars are at North Alabama on Saturday. The Carolina Sprint Tour is headed to Fayetteville in North Carolina. And Lincoln, Port Royal, and Williams Grove all race this weekend in Pennsylvania. The Cricky Boys Shootout is happening as well at Perth Motorplex in Australia. To see a more complete list of open wheel racing happening the next few days, check out the calendar at tjslideways.com. There's also a bunch of late model racing you check out the next few days as well. Cochrane Motor Speedway has 20,000 to win super late models. The Comp Cam Super Dirt Series is at Boot Hill. Florence has a 10,000 to win super show. The Southern All-Stars are at Southern Raceway in Florida. And Clarksville is making up the Toilet Bowl weekend. To see what else is happening in the late model world, hit up the schedule at dirtondirt.com. California sprint car guy Gary Thomas tweeted out more good news yesterday for the state's dirt racing scene. Thunderbolt Raceway in Tulare has been given permission to race and will open their season on March 26th and 27th, with the USAC CRA sprint cars on Friday and Kings of Thunder 360s on Saturday. No grandstand tickets will be sold, but pit passes will be available. According to Thomas, this model is how Keller Auto Speedway in Hanford has been operating since last year. For more information on Tulare and their upcoming schedule, visit thunderboltraceway.com. I made a new addition to the driver pages in the DIRTRACKR.com analytics section last night. Drivers for all series except the Chili Bowl now have average finish and wins per track size included on their their individual driver pages. That was a request from announcer for Fast 4 and Dirt Vision Chase Rodman. So, for example, if you click on Brandon Overton's World of Outlaws late model series page, you'll see he has 8 of his 11 wins the past 2+ seasons on 3/8 mile racetracks, along with an average finish of 4.2. If you're deep in the weeds on those pages and think of something I'm missing, reach out and let me know. We can certainly add more stats there. You can find those numbers and a whole lot more at dirttracker.com/analytics. There are 13 shows on the streaming schedule for tonight, with another 21 through the weekend. Dirt Vision has the World of Outlaws sprint cars at Magnolia. FloRacing has winged and non-wing action from Kern County and Keller Auto Speedway in California. Late model racing at Southern Raceway, Boot Hill, and Cochrane, and a bunch more. Speed Sport has racing from Clarksville, Southern Oklahoma, and Devil's Bowl as well. To see the full daily streaming schedule and to keep up through the weekend, visit dirttracker.com/watch tonight. That's it for the show today. Hope everybody has a good Friday and a good weekend. Hope you also get a chance to check out some dirt racing this weekend. You can find Dirt Tracker Daily on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or where you get podcasts. Please subscribe and leave a review. You can also watch the show every day on YouTube and Facebook. You can email the show at info@dirttracker.com. I do check those every single day. You can follow Dirt Tracker on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Dirt Tracker. You can check out the website for all kinds of cool dirt racing stuff by visiting dirttracker.com. If you'd like to get email updates from Dirt Tracker, you can sign up at dirttracker.com/newsletter, and you can follow me personally on Twitter at Justin_Fiedler. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you on Monday for more Dirt Tracker Daily.